Hello everyone, welcome back to the CSAT PYQ series. So this is part 3 of a 5-part data sufficiency question set from UPSC Prelims 2026. All 5 questions follow the same set of directions, so if you find this helpful, do check out the other parts as well. So before we begin, here's a quick reminder of the answer options. Option A means that only one statement is sufficient to answer the question. Option B means that either statement alone is sufficient. Option C states that both statements together are sufficient. Option D means that even both statements together are not sufficient to answer the question. So now let's solve question 3. The question goes like this. If x and y are integers, then is x even? We are given two statements based on which we have to identify the correct answer option. Before we begin, here's an important concept. The square of an integer has always the same odd-even nature as the integer itself. In other words, square of an even integer will always be even and square of an odd integer will always be odd. Now let us evaluate the statements one by one. Statement 1 says that x square y square is even. So a product is even if at least one of its factor is even. So this means that at least one of x or y must be even. But we still cannot determine whether x is even. Therefore, statement 1 is not sufficient to answer whether x is even or not. Now let us move to the next statement. Statement 2 states that 1 plus x square plus y square is odd. This means that x square plus y square is even. This can be only possible if both x and y have the same parity. This means that x and y should have the same odd or even nature. So if both are even or if both are odd, this condition will be satisfied. But again, we cannot determine whether x is even. Therefore, statement 2 is also not sufficient. Now let us combine both these statements together. So from statement 1 we got that at least one of x and y must be even. And from statement 2 we got that both x and y are of the same odd even nature. That is, both are odd or both are even. So the only possibility that satisfies both these conditions is that if x and y are both even. So x is definitely even if both these statements are true. Therefore, both statements together are sufficient to answer the question. Hence, the correct answer is option C. If you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with another CSAT PYQ. Thank you.